Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. We are doing a little video today on Wasteland 3. We have got update news, that is right. So there is a new update on the way. It is called Death and Taxes. Now we were teased that a couple of days ago on Twitter. They have just released not all the patch notes, but they've kind of like given us the meat without the sandwich right now. We can see what's basically going to be within this patch. It is patch 1.3.3, Death and Taxes. The first big thing is the fact that permadeath is in this game now. Now, I was quite skeptical when I very first heard that. I was like, permadeath, really? Why? How? You know, what's that about? But basically what they have said is that in the last patch, of course, they brought out, you know, a journalist mode, an even easier mode, and this time they kind of want to step things up a little bit. So they've gone with Death and Taxes. They have added permadeath within this. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, but the way they said it, it's going to be interesting to find out, you know, how gameplay kind of evolves, how it gets tougher, if it gets tougher. I remember playing, I mean, I haven't played for a little minute, but I do remember playing a game quite vividly, and I don't think I ever had one character down and die. It just didn't happen for me, but that is what it is. The next big thing within this little update is going to be they're making all of the skill checks harder. So everything that was, say, for instance, skill check 2 on, you know, whatever it is, where it be a lockpick or, you know, or something like that, explosives, for instance, mechanic skills, all that sort of thing, they have +2 on everything now. Now, this is an optional mode along with permadeath. Permadeath is optional. You know, the skill check thing, that's also going to be optional as well. You can choose to turn both of those things on. I quite like it. It's going to make for some interesting builds. Here's the thing. Last patch, they nerfed quite a lot. This patch, they're making it even harder to get a jack of all trades. You may not get a jack of all trades. You know, it's gonna make skill points tough. So I'm going to go over a few builds for that as well. It's going to be interesting to see just how that affects the game, you know. Very, very interesting. One of the things that I'm the most excited about, though, is this. Do you see this right now? We get to respec the recruitable companions at last. That's going to be awesome, absolutely awesome, especially later game when sometimes you get characters a little bit too late. They've already got a load of skill points dumped here and there. Now we get to respec it. Now, I don't know about you, but this is the most exciting thing within these patch that I've read so far. I'm very, very excited for this. There are some interesting characters that I loved using. Sometimes I got them a little bit too late in my gameplay. It meant I couldn't use them, you know, to their full capacity. You know what I mean? I kind of had to twink things around a bit. But here's the thing. With us now having the ability to respec these characters, I mean, doesn't that kind of take away from what they've just done in the first 2 bits? Because it was all about making it harder, right? But if we're now able to respec these characters, don't get me wrong, I really want to. There's some amazing characters in this game, and I'm really glad to be able to have them a full member, a full part of my team. But it does kind of make it easier. You kind of got, you know, all those characters now that you can kind of play with. But here's the thing. So this goes hand in hand with the permadeath part of it. If, you know, all your rangers die, you need to go get some more rangers, right? Because of the whole permadeath. Well, it's going to cost you money to actually recruit new rangers now. And the more you recruit, the more it's going to cost. Maximum is only 3k. That doesn't seem too much of a stretch to me. I think that 3k for a respec, I'll be quite happy to pay that from the get-go. It starts actually at like $200, so that's actually pretty cheap. And then obviously it goes up and up and up and up. Until it caps out at 3 grand. I'm really looking forward to this. The last tiny bit that they've kind of added into this game, or added into this little shot that I'm showing you now, is the fact that they've brought in like 25 extra customizable pieces. I'm not so psyched about that. I like having options to customize my characters and make them more unique and my own. I get that. I guess it's a nice add. But for me, the respec is the exciting part. The extra two things they've brought in to make it harder as well could be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see just how much the gameplay has shifted. Head over to their Twitter, guys, if you want to see all the patch notes. Well, not all the patch notes, haven't actually released that yet. They did say to me, however, that this patch should be releasing early March. It's March 1st right now, guys. So, next week, maybe 2 weeks, we should see this go live. I'm very excited. I'm definitely going to be doing some builds on this. If you like what you're hearing, if you've got any thoughts on this video, please drop your comments down below. I'll do my very best to make sure I get back to each and every one of you. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Facebook, or even buy us a coffee. I put all the links down in the description down below. Check us out, and it's really great to be back in Wasteland 3. Hopefully, I am hoping beyond all hope that we get some DLC news soon. But again, guys, thank you for joining me back in Wasteland 3. I'm excited.